Some people say you have to find the perfect location. Others, you need to make your location perfect. There is truth to both statements, but for skiers here in the hills outside of the small town of Honeyville, just 25 miles south of the Idaho border along I-15, you may not be able to create the perfect destination for every activity, but when it comes to water skiing, you can get pretty darn close.
We are at Call Fort Ski Lake, about 4 miles north of Brigham City, between Brigham and Honeyville.
And this lake is about 3,000 feet long and about 300 feet wide, so it's about the shape of a long hot dog. This very specific design in order to give you smooth water for the skier.
This lake was built from scratch to be just water ski lake with a slalom course and a jump ramp on it. We basically dug a hole and filled it with water, and then what you see out there is people skiing on water, and it's beautiful conditions.
The Fort Ski Lake started out as little more than a field with just a few trees. Now on a day like today, that image doesn't seem to fit at all, what with the blue water, swimmers, and ski boats. The simple design of the Fort Lake and other man-made ski destinations make for perfect water conditions pretty much any day of the season. And on a tournament day like this one, those conditions can mean the difference between being hoisted up as the champion or going home in defeat.
This is an amateur event for beginners. We're going to have some jumping later on. There's a wonderful facility for the children to play and swim, and lots to do. There's raffles, there's lots of games and places for the kids to play. And we had a special visit by Batman.
The dark night isn't what's bringing the crowds to the water today. The Fort Slalom Bonanza is a 2-round water ski tournament with 5 different events and divisions for newcomers and experts. Dozens of competitors ride out onto the azure water to ski the slalom course, hard cutting around 6 buoys on opposite sides of the wake. Each pass becomes more and more difficult, with added speed forcing skiers to keep all their attention on their movements and the cut of the water. The turns are quick and short, giving only precious seconds for the skiers to make any changes or corrections.
You're coming around a buoy and hook up. It's an adrenaline rush.
And the slalom course really gives you something to shoot for, because those balls are not forgiving. They're there, and if you miss them, it's like, okay, next time I got to pull harder, I got to turn harder, but you know exactly how you did compared to everybody else. And the thing I like about slalom skiing, you continue to get better and progress as you get older.
The slalom course is used on a regular basis by members of organizations like the Utah and Fort ski clubs. And though it is a private lake, anyone wanting to learn the sport is invited to set up a time to come out and give it a try. With how impressive nature is, it's pretty difficult to improve on it. But in the case of Fort Lake, creating the ideal location for family, water skiing, and the occasional superhero is more possible than you may have imagined.
I think it's one of the best forms of therapy that you can do. You certainly cannot ski and think about problems. When you're out there skiing and thinking about circumventing the slalom course, you cannot think about depression or any stress-related things that are in your life. It erases the stress out of your life entirely.
I'm Stephen Heumann for At Your Leisure.